to cast on is really simple, and there are a lot of ways to do it, but I'm going to show you sort of the knitter's bread and butter version today, called the longtail cast on. So what you want to do is you start off by making a slip knot. If you're just practicing, you can leave a tail of about this long and make your slip knot about here, but if you're working on a specific project, then there's actually a trick to know how much tail to leave. So what you want to do is multiply the length of your finished project by 3. So if you're making yourself a hat, let's say this is your head, what you would do is take the yarn and wrap it around your head loosely, like this, 3 times. And then, I forgot where I started, but then you would have the length of your project. And I would leave a little bit extra because you don't want to reach the end of your cast on and realize you don't have quite enough tail. If you're working on something like a blanket where you can't use that trick, you just multiply the length of the finished blanket by 3, and then you would measure out that many inches. It will be a very long tail. So for us though, let's just start about here. And to make a slip knot, lay the yarn across your fingers, hold it steady right here, wrap around once, another half, and then tuck this up through by the back of your fingers and pull, and take your fingers out and tighten it up a little. And then you can stick your needle through the hole and tighten it up even further. And this is actually your first stitch, so congratulations. And then we actually don't need this second needle, but to start the cast on, what you want to do is separate these 2 pieces of yarn and then take these 2 fingers and kind of peek through like it's a tent flap at the circus. You're looking through, and just separate it like this. Then take these 3 fingers and grab these ends so that they're not hanging loose out there. So you've got your yarn like this, and then you pull your needle down so it makes this V shape like that. I'll show you one more time. So you've got your 2 pieces of yarn, fingers go through, open up, grab the loose pieces of yarn, pull this down just like that. So now you have the V shape, and what you do is you swoop underneath this piece by your thumb, swoop underneath the piece by your finger, and come in through this hole by your thumb and tighten up. And you don't have to do this tent thing every time. Once you get set, you can just stay set. So underneath by the thumb, underneath by the finger. Do not come up through here. Come underneath by your thumb and tighten up. And you don't want to pull these too tight. I fell victim to that when I started, and it is not fun trying to wedge your needles into these stitches that you have pulled extremely tight, and it will look bad at the end because it will be really tight at the bottom of your piece. And I like this cast on method for beginners because it is a little bit stretchy, and it's not actually the easiest method you could do. There's an easier method, but this one looks really nice. Look how nice that looks. And so then once you've got all your stitches on, however many you need, you're ready to start knitting.